So. Just waiting for a few moments if there's anyone joining, and then I will start with this little Facebook Live, just a little workshop using pan pastels on the jelly plate. In the English version, I did it one yesterday, and I thought I wanted to do it in English also, so people can see what to do with the pan pastels besides just coloring with them. So I just will start and see. The video will be shown later on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can watch it there also. These are a few examples I made with the pan pastel. All these backgrounds are made with the pan pastels on the jelly plate, and it's really fun to do. You can make beautiful backgrounds with them using stencils or no stencil. I used on this one a stencil with the hearts, and this one with the circles, and this one is just without any stencil. Just going to start. You have to use, you need pan pastel, of course. I took some colors here to use today, and we will use dilution paint, the white one. You could also use colors, but that's up to you. And the jelly plate, of course, a big one, a small one, a round one, or a square one, doesn't mind. Just use the jelly plate you want to use. So the first thing is I will be using the stencil, and this is a Dutch Doobadoo stencil from the new collection, and I will put it just on the jelly plate. Make sure it's stuck on there nice, and then I will create with the pan pastels just the background. I will use my sponge, just rub lightly. It's really soft, so it takes quickly the pan pastels on the sponge, and just dab it on like this and use some different colors. Just dab it on here and there. Like that. This is a slight lime green color. And let's see, take some red. And it's really fun to use the pan pastels this way. You can make a lot of backgrounds creating them for the cards. So you can create multiple backgrounds with one time stenciling. Like this. Just takes a moment to make sure everything is covered. If you got any questions, just ask. I will try to answer them. And if you want to join, that's also possible. Just take out your pan pastels, your jelly plate, and paper, of course. So I covered it with the pan pastels, and now I'm taking off the stencil, and it already gives a beautiful background. I'm just going to take this one, put it aside. The next thing is to use the paint. You can use any acrylic paint to cover it. You don't need much. Just going to shake it for a moment. Just put a little bit along there and make sure you roll it out. Oh, hi Dawn. Oh, you have to work. Yeah, it was just, sometimes I'm just in a spur of the moment, I think. Let's go and create something online. It takes my mind off other things, so I really enjoy it. So just cover it with a thin layer of acrylic paint. And the next thing is you take a piece of paper and lay it on there. Oh, you're looking after the grandchildren. Oh, that's so nice. Hi, Wendy. Oh, that's all so good to take care of the grandchildren. It must be so nice to see them. Just peel it off. And that's the first background. I'm just trying to pull another one from the jelly plate, just adding some extra acrylic paint. Cover it again. And sometimes, yeah, the pan pastels, yeah, normally I would use them to color in any other projects, but this is really a fun way to use it. And I did a Facebook Live yesterday in Dutch, and I thought maybe it would be fun to do it in English too. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, it's really pretty, Dawn. You can use any colors you want. I don't know if you've seen it. I already used the black and white to make a condolence card, and that's also beautiful. So I'm just taking a piece of printer paper, put it on again. Yeah, you really have to do it, Wendy. This is really cool, and you can use it. Oh yeah, well, you know, I love to get my mind, my head to do lovely stuff, because then I don't have to think of other things. So this is the next one I've drawn from it, but it's beautiful also, and sometimes this is more beautiful than this one, the first one. And you could go on and pull more samples of this one, because there's, let me see, still something left, but I'm going to turn it over and do it otherwise, because this is the fun part. I used the stencil the first time, and now there's some pan pastel left on it, and I'm just turning it around and put it on backwise on the jelly plate, and just make sure it will stick to it. And then the thing is, you could leave it on and put more pan pastel on it, or you can pull it off And then you will have another background. It's a reverse background. So again, a thin layer of acrylic paint. Oh, you missed the first 7 minutes. Oh, of course. Yes, of course, Chris. I'm just started. So this is the reversed one. I will do another one. I got the time, so there's no problem. So I'm going to pull this one off. Just take a piece of printer paper or any other sturdy paper you want, watercolor paper, doesn't mind, if you just to get the print off. Oh. And ta-ta-ta. This is the reversed one. So, oh, let me turn it around. This is the first print, the second, and this is the reversed one with the leftovers from the what was on the stencil. Let's see. I'm just I'm getting a bit blurry. Let me see if I can change that. Let's see if that works. So these prints, and I'm going to make another first print for you. I'm just cleaning it a bit with a spray. And meanwhile, normally I would go to my kitchen and clean it with water and dishwasher. But in between, this is good. I'm going to take another stencil. Let's take the linen one. I'm going to put the stencil on there, on a jelly plate. Just make sure it sticks nicely. And then I will take the pan pastels. Let's have a look. I'm first beginning with orange. Just dab it on with your sponge here and there where you want it. You could do all the cover with one color, that's also possible, but I'm doing these spotted ones. Oh, thank you, that's really good. Oh, that's so lovely, Chris. I hope you are all okay. The weather here is really cold today, a lot of wind. And no sun yet. I don't think the sun will come out today. It has hidden. It is hiding from the cold. Like this, and just a bit lime. Oh, cold in Spain too? Yeah, you live in Spain. I almost forgot. Do you live there? Did you live there for all your life, Wendy? Or did you move to Spain? I'm also sorry that your cards didn't make it for the show, for the DT projects, but the post is now really crazy. Oh, you moved here 3 years ago. Well, most of the time the weather is, well, in the summer the weather is amazing there. It would be a bit too hot for me. Very cold in the UK. Is it also windy? Because here's a cold wind. Like this. And just a bit red here and there. Let's see if I got any spots left. Yes. Just dab it on like this. Just take these aside. I'm going to clean my hands a bit. So I'm going to pull off the stencil. And look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but that looks already cool. I really like it that way. Then again, the acrylic paint. Just add a little bit. You shouldn't do too much. If there's too much on there, you can always take it off like this. Then you go on over it with your brayer and just pull off the excess acrylic paint on a piece of paper. I always have a piece of paper next to me when I'm using the acrylic paint with the brayer. It really can be a really thin layer. So like this. Now I'm going to do the first pull. Take the paper, put it on, rub over it. You can see your hands are smudgy. It doesn't mind because I'm going to work with... Yeah, this is a sponge that belongs to the pen pastels. But you can also use a very fine sponge. But this one is a pen pastel sponge. Cut and dry foam. Oh, no, I don't know. Sorry. Look, this is really cool. You can take a second one also. Again, use the acrylic paint. And go over it. It looks like if there's nothing left, but it will be, because there's enough left to make a really downtone print. And I think if you would, you could like to pull off, I think, 3 or 4 prints, depending on how you would like to have the prints. Yes, that's the fun part of it. If you use it on a jelly plate like this, with the pen pastel, with the acrylic, it seals it. Normally, if you use the pen pastel to color, you have to spray it afterwards to make sure it doesn't smudge anymore. And this way you can use it without having to seal it afterwards. So that's really, really cool. And it's permanent. You can go over it with some other things. It doesn't smudge anymore. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit, but I don't know because my hands are dirty anyway. So this is a real downtone print, and I love them both. So this is the second print. Now I'm going to clean it in between. Just a quick clean. It's my spray. Like this. And now I'm going to use this stencil again, because there's enough pen pastel left on it, and I'm going to do it reverse. Like this. And now I will do it in another way. I will use blue for the whole background, so you can see that that works also. Just go over it, so you can use the stencils over and over again. Yeah, I in between, when I don't have the chance to run to the kitchen and clean it, I will clean it in between with water. Just rub it up, because I don't mind if there's any other fine prints left when I use the jelly plate. If you want it clean, you have to clean it really good in between. And normally I would wash it in the kitchen with my dishwasher soap, so it's really clean, but I will do that afterwards when I'm done. And if you want to make sure it's a deep clean, you could use baby oil to make sure your jelly plate will be cleaned really good. Baby wipes, yes, they are a bit oily too. You can clean it really good with that. Like this. Let's have a look. Again, the acrylic paint. Like this. Baby oil. Yes, with made of babies. Yeah, that's just the same thing as the baby wipes. There's some oil in there because the oil makes sure that you can clean it really good. It takes off when you use like panpastels. It takes off all excess. When you use only acrylic paints, there's a different way to clean it when the acrylic paint has dried on your jelly plate. I will tell it in a minute. I'm just going to pull this one like that. Just rub it on good, and I can use these prints later on for cards or anything else. So like that. You can see the pieces with the extra panpastel what was on the mask. They transferred to the jelly plate, and then I put the blue background on it. So that's also a good one. So that is that. And just wanted to also show you, you can make your own washi tape. And I made these ones with the panpastel. Oh no, these 4 ones. So you can make matching washi tape. And all you need is, let me see, we call it painting tape. It's really thin. It's like washi tape. It's made from paper. So I put it on a laminating sheet on the glossy side. I put some stripes on there, and now I'm going to use my stencil again. Put it on here, and again the same routine like this, just adding some colors here and there, any color you like. Masking tape. Yeah, it's just if I translate it to English, we call it just painting tape. It's used for painting to make sure the paint doesn't go over the edges. Let me see, just going to be a bit red here and there. And this is really fun to make your own washi tape, and you can save it to use on any other projects. Just so like this. Take this one off, and again the same rule, use some acrylic paint. I'm going to use a color paint, this time. Let's see, I'm going to use a darker one. Oh. The Funky Fuchsia. Let's see how that turns out. Yeah, it's a great stencil. It's from Dutch Doobadoo. It's the linen stencil. Just go over it again with acrylic paint and cover it like you would always do. The excess I will take off because there's a bit too much on there. And if you got too much acrylic paint on it, it doesn't pull the print very well. And I'm used to making the mistake to put too many acrylic paint on. But hey ho, like Dawn said, hey ho. Now let's the paper with the masking tape of the plastic sheet with the masking tape. I will put it on here. Just put it over there and let's have a look if that works today. It's not always my friend. Going over it with the brayer to make sure it sticks on there. And yes, I put too many paint on. It really has to be a real thin layer. Let's rub it nicely. Well, this is just really light in print, so I'm going to take another one and see if that one pulls it off nice. It won't be such a really hard imprint, but if you use the same colors on a card, it will be fun to use it that way. So let's have a look if that worked. No, it did better yesterday, so I'm going to put some white on there. Let's have a look. Sometimes things don't go as you want them to, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm just playing with it and having fun. And afterwards I can create some lovely cards with it. So I'll take this piece of paper again, plastic. Make sure I'll rub it good. Ta-da-da-da. Well, not quite as I wanted it to, because yesterday I made this one with the hearts and it gives a real light imprint, but okay. I will pull another paper. Yes, I don't mind. I really don't mind. And it's really fun to make these imprints, and you can make tons of imprints with these for backgrounds, so you can have them stash in your stash to make cards in a minute. So oh, no problem, Heidi. No, I don't always use this size of jelly plate. I have also a smaller one that's for my my travel my journals, for my travel journals. So it's smaller, This is a good one. And now it's all left. So let me see. I'm just going to do one other one. Let me see if I can use this one again, because I like, and it's really good because it dries really quickly. Oh, thank you, Natalia and Chris. Yeah, there was something left. And I will use, let's have a look. Yeah, the green, the lime green. Just for another background. Now it's really fun. I really love creating it this way. Just a thin layer acrylic paint. If you use too much, you don't get the print. You could see almost through it that you can see the stencil over there, the imprint. Like this. Hoppa. Yes. So if I wanted to, I could get another imprint from this one. So it's really good pigmented, the panpastel. So that's really beautiful to work with. And what I said, it's quickly dry, and this also. And I don't know what I wanted to say. Yes, yeah, it's also one of my favorite, lime green and the purple ones, the pink ones. This is the funky fuchsia, but I also really adore the bubblegum pink. These colors are really splashy. And then the yellow and the aqua color, this one I think, the turquoise. I really adore the turquoise too. So just to show you what I made yesterday. Oh, that one. You could also use the black and whites. This is what I did for the people who missed it. A condolence card. Just the black and white and grey. And then stamp a beautiful flower on it and a text. This is Dutch for condolences. And this, on this one I used my washi tape, my homemade washi tape on the sides for just a few. I just teared it off and put it on there. And then I stamped the bottle. This is a darkroom door bottle from the Bottles stamp set. And this is the Katzelcraft flower. I adore the flower because it's really simple and beautiful to put on there. And this one also I used the heart stencil on there. So I think this is it. It was a quick one, but it's really nice that you joined me. Just going to take over. This is the washi tape I will put on my own made washi tape book with a acrylic sheet. So that's good, so I can use them. And these prints I made. And let's have a look. This one. And this one with these prints. So I'm going to wish you a lovely day, and I really thank you for watching and sharing. That's really nice. And I hope to see you another day. I will be back on Crafting with Lisa Horton on Wednesday with a Facebook Live in the evening at 7 PM UK time. So maybe I will see you there. Thank you all. Bye bye.